Crowd going wild. Yeah, crowd going wild in the chat right now. And just humming through your headphones. You ready? This the league they tune in for.
Got them locked to the stream, can't blink, can't breathe. Got them up by the seats, green flag low from the screen. Every turn, every move, hearts beating. Best show you'll ever seen. Who'll be the king of the track with every stat on bleed? Watch every name on board, that's a whole new speed. Virtual sparks when they dive out, turn four. Excitement picking up, you can feel it through the floor. Late night, wide eyes, they replaying this run. Rewind, slow-mo, racing under the setting sun. Pedals on fire, glued to the feet. Every restart feels like a brawling D. We live for that countdown. 3, 2, 1, green. Elite, racing league, they can't look away. Hearts in their throats, every move they make. Chat going crazy, it popping on the speedway. Elite, racing league, leaders set the pace. Elite, racing league, all the other in chase. Sweat on my neck, but I can't miss this view. Got a hometown kid on pole, mama watching from her phone. Fans in the room and they lean to the screen. Hands on their face when drivers spread that seam. Every tight corner like a fever dream. With the checkered inside, will this thing clean up? 3, 2, 1, green. Elite racing league, they can't look away. Hearts in their throats, every move they make. Chat going crazy, it popping on the speedway. Elite racing league, leaders set the pace. Last lap, heartbeat sync with the crowd. Engine scream, sound the siren loud. If you ride with us, better stay on track. Once you take this seat, you don't go back.
Welcome, race fans, to race number 8 of the Tanks GG Truck Series here at New Hampshire. For the New Hampshire 175 qualifying has just wrapped up. We're going to be going through the field with you in just a second here as all the drivers get lined up. My name is Gerald Campbell, joining you here today as your lead announcer. We have Jesse Rasimas going about doing these wonderful shots here from Loudon, New Hampshire. And of course, always being able to annoy those drivers on track. That's our, of course, Mathieu Weeks being our driver's annoyance, as we stated. Qualifying has wrapped up. Justin Fuller, once again, I think this is his 4th pole so far this season, so dialing in that inner Ryan Newman once again gets the pole here in the Truck Series. Joining him on the second row, our points leader, Gavin Hibbs, able to get into that second position. Trey Eitz in 3rd, Gavin Higgins 4th, Tommy Rines 5th, JP Phillips in 6th, Jeff Green 7th, Cody McCorkle 8th, Tom Bourne 9th, Hunter Smith 10th, 11th is Austin in we always mess this one up, but in a bit, I believe, Ray Bracey in the 12th position, and real quick, we'll go through the field here. Dylan Javier, Chad Frankenfield, Jay Connor, Ty McIntosh, Michael Hossack, Logan Shear, Josh Adams, Nigel Stock, Dustin Dewar, Jeff Ryan, Corey Abbott, Art Ramier, Frank Fody, Jaden Rasimas, Bryce Fody, Kendall Noah Player, Leighton Norgard, David Carpenter, Randy Oakham, Justin Vandermarl, Connor Thompson, Britton Jones, Harrison Talon, Andrew Hardcastle, Ethan Burrell, Dominic Wright, Sam Batwell, Rob Moody, William White, Seth Rawls, and in our 43rd and rounding out the field is Dylan Hickey. Pace car is just now starting to roll on track here. This is, of course, Loudon, New Hampshire. A very unique challenge for these drivers. Some would call it a short track, others maybe not. It is a 1 mile oval. It may look simple on paper, but I promise you this, with the flat corners, just about 7 degrees of banking, and the long straightaways, it demands heavy braking and smooth throttle control. So look for these drivers to try to go about making the best dragster car they can to get down these long straightaways. We will be going green this time by as the pace car lights are off. We are set for 175 laps here, a full distance truck race. So that means buckle up, sit down, and enjoy the show as these drivers give it their all for this full distance. As we get closer to the end of the regular season, we once again, for the 4th time this season, give it over to Justin Fuller to start things off. Where the racing gets good and the good get racing, we are live and green here from Loudon. Looks like Justin Fuller able to dive it in there and clear himself for the lead at the front of the field. Battle for the 3rd position shaping up there, the 27, trying to keep it down below the 20 there of Higgins. Coming out of turn number 4 to lead the first lap. Justin Fuller able to get it done here and lead the first. See there, Jeff Green going in there. Oh, a truck really far down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Not sure who that is, but I'm not sure if he's coming off a pit road or... That is the 66 of Tommy Ryan, losing a ton of positions back there. I'm not sure if he's got an issue. I believe he did, because he just blinked out. Yeah, he's blinked out completely. Back at the front of the field here, Fuller is still out in front of Hibbs. Hibbs once again going to battle with that 55 at the start of this race. Now here comes the 20 of Higgins. Now the question is, how hard do you push it? This is a flat track, which is notorious for starting to chew up tires. Do you start off the beginning of a full distance race trying to charge hard to get the front of the pack? Or do you stay back and try to see what kind of truck you have for the long run? Battling all around the racetrack here, drivers diving it in on that bottom lane, trying not to go too far up into another truck. About Loudon here is there's multiple grooves, and we got a truck around. Chad Frankenfield, Tom Bourne, McCorkle. This is a massive pile up for the start of this full distance race. Oh boy, massive pile up on that back straightaway. Oh, anytime you're on board with a Chad for the start of a wreck is never a good sign. Coming out of turn number 2. Oh, that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. Tom Bourne did get loose, but he was straight by the time Chad and him made contact. See here with the 24 there, Michael Hossack. Nowhere to go. There was... Oh, almost made it clear if there was just a little bit of room, but unfortunately for him, he's going to have some damage on the front end of it. Get a couple more views here. This is on Jay Connor's truck. Let's see a little bit of the red truck right there, so this wreck will be coming right at him. He already started to go down low. Did an amazing job being able to avoid it. Wow, good driving by Jay Connor there. Here we are with Bryce Fody. father right in front of him and Frank Fody. Oh, dad and son get into it a little bit. A couple more little beat and bangs. I think they should be able to get that fixed, though. Well, again, not exactly what you would want for the start of a full distance race. That many trucks involved. I'm pretty sure that may take out a couple of them. There were some pretty hard hits in between some of those. Well, real quickly while this is going on, let's go ahead and showcase the stages here tonight, because it is a little bit different. Me and Jesse were discussing it. The stages for tonight are going to be at lap 55 and 110. Normally you don't get them that late into a run, but both of these are pretty long long lap amounts before they get to stage points. So a little different. Usually we see them after like 20 or 30 laps. Tonight's 55, so it's not that you have to rush to the front, but you definitely want to be up there by those points being awarded as we get closer to the regular season. Looks like pace car lights are off. We will be going back green here. I didn't see, Jesse, did you hear who they gave the tally to on that?
It sounded like they called it a racing deal.
Racing situation? I would almost essentially, I would probably say that as well. It was just very tight running here at Loudon. That's what notorious for happening on exit. It gets tight. Here we go for our first first restart of the night. Coming back to the restart zone. Green flag is out for the flag man. Fuller able to get himself clear. Gonna dive it in onto the bottom. Slide up the racetrack here. 20 truck was right on his back end. Not the best of restarts for Fuller. We've seen him have some really rocketed ones in the previous races. Something he'll have to work on if he retains the lead for our next caution. Jeff Green battling with Smith on the inside there. Smith able to get a good run on the outside, able to get to the outside of Vidson. Loudon's a very interesting place because early on you can make that bottom lane work, but the longer the run goes on, the harder it is to get that bottom lane to stick as those tires start to wear out. So it's an ever-changing groove here at Loudon. Here they come out of turn 4. Smith hoping to try to get clear of himself to get into that 4th position. We are 10 laps in for the 175 lap race here tonight. These drivers are already trying to fight tooth and nail to get to the front of this. Trey Eidson still battling underneath Smith, trying to push it in there, trying to get a little bit more nose front, maybe slide in front of him. Smith trying to get that long straightaway run on that outside. Neither one having the advantage so far. Real low exit off of turn number 2 for Eidson. Able to make it work, actually able to get all the way up to the inside of the 20 for the 3rd position. Very interesting exit coming out of turn 2. And turn number 4. He's doing something I'm not seeing any other truck do right now. Looks like the 20 able to get to the outside of the 95 of Hibbs. Too wide for 2nd position and then for 4th position. Coming out of turn number 4, the 20 is going to have a good run here. Might be able to clear himself. Does do so. Now he's going to set his sights on the 55 of Fuller here. Gonna dive it to the outside. Do what he did to Hibbs. Sneak up on the outside of the 55. 55 had good enough exit there. Had nothing to worry about. But that is something Fuller will notate in his books. The 20 is not looking to try to make a pass on the inside. So maybe he starts trying to cover up that high side. Maybe runs a little higher up. Trey Eidson is doing work on that bottom lane. He is doing. I am seeing nobody having the runs that he has. Let's stay on board here because he is rocketing up here, running that low lane. Now, if that's good for the tires, I have no idea. But it is definitely good for the viewers at home. Is this run right here? He is able to put the power down. It's like he's got more horsepower than the 55. That's how good his exit speed is. Able to battle for the lead for the first time tonight. We may have a change at the front. And Eidson working that bottom lane. Able to clear himself. Wow! That is just muscle. Here comes the 20, throwing it in there as well. I never really saw Eidson make the speed though. What the 20 did is what normal human beings do, which is dive it in and try to make it in on entry. But Eidson was able to make most of those passes with the speed off of exit right there, which is crazy how much exit speed he has.
So if you notice down on the bottom right, the dashboard situation there, the only thing I notice that Eidson's doing that I don't see anybody else doing is he's actually downshifting the third gear for his exit.
Oh, he is? Yeah, he is going down to the third gear right there. Yeah, I mean, that's why he's able to have that exit speed. I thought it was a bit odd. I'm not seeing anyone else. I didn't even hear anyone talk about shifting. And he's able to do it. Normally, when I see someone starting to do shifting, I see the back end coming out, but he's been so smooth on throttle, I couldn't even tell he was downshifting. That's just how smooth he was doing it. That is a completely odd driving line. I don't think I've seen at Loudon. Oh, the 95 and the 20 going to door bang going into the entry turn 1. Now the other drivers, they have to be communicating what the 27 is able to do with the downshifting and with the interesting turning that he's able to accomplish. Let's see, the 95 is starting to explore it, and it is starting to work for Hibbs. See if we can do that same thing with Hibbs that we did for Eidson. See if he is downshifting it yet. Yeah, he is. He's starting to try to do it. But this is what I would normally see. The few mistakes on from the action of the downshifting. That's what Eidson was able to do so flawlessly. It never once got loose on him or sideways or kick out. This is what you normally see for a truck, is it's starting to step out just a little bit on the downshift at the high revs. And it looks like more drivers are starting to learn how to make it work. Eidson, though, has already got himself out to almost a second lead out in the front. More racing going on back there. I think that's the white truck there of the 9 of Jay Connor. On the inside of Ray Bracey, our Daytona winner. Unable to make the action stick as Ray Bracey's able to clear himself. Stay in that 8th position. Keep an eye on that 37 there of Ethan Burrell. Started back in 37th, which is crazy. There's a truck going sideways. Ken Noah player to the inside wall. And out of the race. His only second race of the season, and unfortunately for him, will be night ender for him. Goes up high. Is it contact? No, just looseness. And contact. But mainly looseness. Now going back to the 37 there of Ethan Burrell. I am shocked. I don't know how he gained that many positions. I'll be honest with you. Matthew, I know you're busy with the drivers and everything, making sure that they stay in line. You're teammates with Ethan Burrell. Can you tell me how is he able to make this many passes early on? I mean, you must have had an eye on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you're so used to racing in the dirty air, and you figure out how to make moves. And a lot of these guys that run midfield and back know, Ethan has some speed, really good speed most weeks, and a lot of guys probably like, okay, he's faster than me, he'll let him go. If you caught a guy racing him hard, he'll probably run a different line trying to get by him. Ethan's a top 10 guy no matter what series we go to, so him getting up there, it's easy peasy if he doesn't get no damage.
Easy peasy. That's still almost 30 spots in less than 30 laps. That's pretty impressive for Ethan. Coming from the back, he's done this multiple times this year. It hasn't worked for him once, but he definitely makes it more entertaining for us. I think he's doing it on purpose, starting in the back, giving himself a handicap. But he's
Yeah, I
got to
think
get.
he messed up in Q, but he knows how to work the traffic good, so I think that's what helps a lot.
What is his sponsor? Is it? I always call it uh, Double Bubble, but it's probably something else. I'm not sure what it is. What does that say? I see Betty. I thought it was Betty. I guess it is Berry. Lemonberry? Yeah. No idea what that is. It's pretty. Whatever it is. Back out to the front of the field here. Ison has slowly, maybe the tires are starting to show from the downshifting. But here comes Fuller. He's been slowly reeling him back in. The last couple laps, he's been gaining about a tenth now a lap on him. This time at the flag stand, gained almost a tenth. So he is starting to gain back on him. So Ison still has been sticking to the downshifting and the exit low on turns. But here with Justin Fuller, we'll get an idea what he's doing. I think he's staying in fourth all the way. No, he's doing third, but he's doing it way earlier. And he's staying up high. And just maintaining that speed. So both of these drivers have over a second over third position of Higgins. And starting to separate from the rest of the field. They are running much faster lap times than the rest of the field. Interesting battle still shaping up here between the 9 and the 7. Jay Connor driving it in on the bottom once again. Ray Bracey wrapping around that outside lane. It's the funness of Loudon, New Hampshire. Multi-groove racing here. Some would call it frustrating at times. I just call it challenging. See the 9 able to do a great job wrapping around the bottom. Is now finally going to be able to clear for that 9th position. Another driver working his way up through the field here is Justin Vandermarl from the 32nd position up to the 15th. They say Loudon's a hard place to pass, but yet we just have 2 examples right here of drivers able to make it happen. Oh, we got a yellow on track. On lap 30, we have a yellow. I think it is the Chester Cheeto Mobile. Maybe. Oh, look, it's Chad Frankenfield again. Alright, well. You may contact down the straightaway because it got really close. We'll do it again. Now that is going to be an interesting for Mathieu Weeks. This is an interesting one. So this is the back straightaway here. The 3's running up high. Chad not giving a lot of room for any of it, any of that space. And then they get into the turn, and the 3 is following the 84 in front. He's not coming down much. There's just not a lot of room given. There's not a lot of room given for a full distance race. Oh, now we're going to see some green flag pit stops happening here as every driver has decided to come down pit road and get some tires here. We'll stick to this view here and get a good view of how the exit looks out of pit road. See who's going to be able to rock themselves up some positions with a good pit stop. Wow. Not sure who that was in the gray vehicle, but I think Fuller may have beaten him. I think that's Adams. Is that Adam? No. I think that is Josh Adams. I think maybe we had a tire strategy here. He wasn't able to beat Fuller, but he is going to gain a lot of positions, I do believe. 2 tires for Josh Adams. So getting his strategy worked in now. Try to gain some track position while he can. So he'll have 30 lap older left side tires. We'll finally get an idea early on here how tire strategy works out here. As Adam now retains the lead once again, or Fuller retains the lead once again. Adams up to the second. Eisen losing a couple positions, going to be rocketing on that bottom once again. As we are on lap 33, coming to lap 34 for this restart, we only have 16 laps left in this stage number 1. Now again, there is no cautions at the end of the stage. Unlike NASCAR, we will continue racing. It says final stage 10 laps. Okay, I saw you pointing at it, but I didn't know what it was. Here they come out of turn number 4 to be able to take the restart. Fuller once again, the only driver to lead us on these restarts so far tonight. Base car down once again as here we come to the restart line. Green flag, back out. Fuller able to this time. That's the restart we normally see from Fuller. Rockets himself way out front of the pack. He's going to be able to clear himself by about 6 truck lengths almost, it looked like. Oh, we got a truck spin around. The number 1. Rasimas turned back up the racetrack. Few trucks piled into it here. The 49 cutting a couple guys off and get back straight. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's the 88 there. Is that Mooney? No, Randy Yoakum. Randy Yoakum in the 88. Oh, nowhere to go. Right into the 1. Oh, and the 16 Tom Bourne sliding into it out of nowhere. Oh, Jaden Rasimas gets coming out of turn number 2. Gets loose. We've seen that happen. Oh, and then overcorrects it right in front of a few of the trucks there. Honestly, some side contact. I don't think he had any front end damage. Oh, no. Can't cancel the replay yet. We weren't done with the wreck. Michael Hossack here. I think he just goes lows. Yeah, I think he just comes to a stop. He sees the track blocked. There we go. We're going to see. And then Jaden Rasimas, oh man, they just had the kissing emoji on that one. They gave each other a little peck. It didn't look like that much damage for the contact that they made. He didn't have a lot of damage, I don't think. I mean, he had a lot of side damage. He's on the pit road. I don't know if that maybe bent something on it, but Adam's able to stay in the 3rd position still with the 2 tires. He's probably very thankful that there is a caution to limit the amount of laps that he has to do. What was the decision with the Chad and the number 3 truck there? Did we ever get a final as far as what the tally was to?
Yeah, I just called it a racing deal. It was just tight racing down the backstretch, and then they both made slight movements right before quarter entry where you both would turn into it, and I just took it as a racing deal where they were just tight racing.
Can race control give warnings to give space on track? because I think we need to give one to at least Chad. Down the straightaways, give maybe a foot extra space, and we will stop having these racing incidents.
Yeah, like you said, when that happened, a little bit too early on these longer races to be racing that tight.
Yeah. Ultimately, still no tallies awarded to any of them yet, but I feel like Jesse Rasimas, I don't think we have to ask on that one. I don't think he's even asking about it. But here we come to the restart line once again. We'll see if Fuller is able to get the restart like he had. He does once again. He figured it out now. They had their one shot of having an easy restart against him, and now he's decided he's figured out the rocker boosters. Able to once again get out to about a 4 or 5 truck length lead. Getting crazy back there already. Drivers looking to try to make it 3 wide early on. Get the positions while they can with the fresher tires. Again, drivers all the way down, even below the white line, which is allowed here. Let's see what happened here with the 55. Oh, we got a truck almost around. Down the front straightaway. Sorry, there was a couple trucks getting loose. They are fighting looseness on this track right now. See what happened to the 51. This is on the initial restart. That is an interesting line. Sent it down there. It was interesting. It didn't go nowhere, though. Yeah, he would have avoided the wreck if there was one up there, though. Oh, we got some beating and banging going on all around the racetrack. People are starting to lose patience in this long-distance race already. We only have 10. Is it lap 55 or was it lap 55? I think actually was what the stage is. Let's pull that up one more time just to make sure. I might have said lap 50, but it might actually be lap 55 that we have the end of the stage. Yep, there we go. Lap 55 is the stage. I was incorrect there. So we actually have about 15 laps to go in this stage end, where the top 10 will be awarded points, and you can bet that they're going to try to get as much as they can. Got a battle for the 4th place starting to shape up between Smith and Higgins. Side by side down the front straightaway, the 20 trying to wrap again on the bottom. Right behind them, they have the hard charger, the double bubble machine there, and the number 37 of Ethan Burrell coming from the back of the pack, already looking to try to get into the top 5. Seth Rawls back there on the inside of I believe that is the 12, and Ray Bracey started from 42nd. I said Ethan Burrell started at the back. No, Seth Rawls did. He started back in the 42nd, already working his way, trying to get into the top 10. And they are still battling for that 4th position. The 20 and the 45 have been side by side for the last 4 or 5 laps here. They are not willing to give it up. They are both being very stubborn on this, and the caution is out. That's one way to get them to single file. Something happened with Michael Hossack, I believe. Randy Yoakum. This would be Randy Yoakum's 2nd time that he's been involved in a wreck. Oh, the 24 got him. Chad is starting to yell foul as well, so after this we'll see what Chad's yelling foul about. I think he was in the lucky dog candidate, and in iRacing, if you're the lucky dog candidate, you can't make any contact or you will lose that candidacy, and he's saying someone made contact after the caution. I have not seen a contact being made. Was it? It must have been like during, like. He's saying it's well after, but it might be one of those drivers well after being like 2 seconds after the wreck. Okay, so the caution I think has just occurred. It's about to occur. I don't. That's not really that. Nah. I don't see it being purposeful. I mean, contact, yes, but he is also racing at the back of the pack. And if you're a lucky dog candidate, give a little. We'll leave it at that. Right now, Fuller still leading this event. Got the lead in the last pit stop over Eidson. Now he's going to have less than 10 laps to go to get the stage win here. Double filing up here. We'll be going green next time by. Now that they've seen Fuller the last few times really go about dialing in this restart to where he is absolutely destroying them, now the question is, can they figure out how to stop that from happening? And it's easier said than done when someone is able to figure it out. You look for signal clues. Is there a spot on the track that they've launched from every single time? Can you be able to start rolling at a certain point when you believe they're going to get to that? You see here the 27's backing off a little bit from the door. Does he start rolling a little bit forward? Green flag is out. Not as good of a start. Did exactly as I said. The 27 able to do a little bit better job of rolling up to the restart line. The 55 will clear himself, but he is not 6 truck lengths out front. He is only about a 1. And now it's almost make that 0. As here comes the 27. He's going to have less than 10 laps to go to try to get back around that 55. Does he start doing what he did earlier on? Downshifting and going lower than the 55. Already looking to do so. 55 getting loose coming out of turn 4. Down the straightaway. 55 still out front. Caution, it is out. We got a couple trucks around. Oh no, Jeff Green, Dustin Dewar, track blocked. Track blocked, I said. There is nowhere to go on the front straightaway. It's a fire sale. They can't get out of it. I've never seen this. They can't get out of the track block. Oh my gosh. It is a smoke show on the front stretch. That looks like when my 4-year-old son takes all of his cars out of the box and dumps them on the track all at one time. That is nasty looking on that front straightaway. Here with Dustin Dewar, it just occurs. There's walls to either side of this track, and they made sure to touch every single bit of them. Oh, right into the side of the 2. I think that even the leaders couldn't be able to figure out how to get past the track blockage. That's how bad it was. Oh, Brent Jones got slammed into it.
Harry said something, so I had to pull it up.
He's back here. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of damage. A bunch of hitting. Oh my gosh.
So let's look at it from above there.
It's like one of those videos you watch where they're all driving on ice and they just start slamming into each other and can't stop it. There's just trucks everywhere. Let's just go back to the leader and see if when he comes back around the racetrack from his view. How does it look? Yeah, this is the leader coming out of turn number 4, and he just sees like he's slowing down because he's like they're still in the middle of the track trying to get out from it. Oh, they did just before he got there. Oh boy. Well, that was an interesting one, that's for sure. Well, luckily you don't need that much aero here, right? I mean, it's pretty even field when everyone else also got slammed into that wreck. Well, we got Talladega in a couple weeks, and that's a preview. In fact, I don't even know if Talladega will have a wreck that big. That was a massive... That's probably the biggest wreck that we've had this season. They're going to have about 3 or 4 more laps left to go in this stage. 27 started figuring out how the 55 has gone to his restart. So now the question is the 55 change his restart zone that he's been going out of now that the 27 has figured it out? Because he would like a little bit more gapping. Here we get to the restart line. Yes, he does. He went much later in the zone. It still hasn't worked out that well, but he is able to still clear himself. But that time around, he went way later in the zone. 27 is still trying to get to him. Oh, getting loose out of the turn there. Almost slams into the wall. Here comes the 20. That is what the 55 wants to see. Unless if he gets tagged by the 20. Almost happened right there going into turn number 3. 55 now wrapping around the bottom. He's having to block both lanes. This is Talladega. He's having to play defense here. Inside bottom in the entry on the exit coming out. Oh, it's getting tight at the front. A bump to the 55 by the 20. That's going to allow the 27 to the outside. Here comes Eitzen going into turn number 3. Is he able to keep the speed up on the outside? Fuller dives it in there. Not able to do it. Here comes Eitzen coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Eitzen able to clear himself with only 2 to go in the stage. Fuller diving it in on the bottom, trying to retain as many points as he can. Here comes the 20, following Eitzen on the outside lane. Fuller has not gotten these restarts down pat the last 2 times, and it has cost him now, as here they come. Back towards 3 and 4, he dives it in, he slams into the 20, down below 3 wide out of turn number 4. The 95 looking to try to pass both of them. Fuller trying to block it. Here they go into turn number 1. Fuller diving it once again. The 20 trying to retain the outside lane. And off into the distance goes Eitzen. 20 responds going way outside and is able to clear himself for second place. Here they come to the end of lap 55 for stage points. And out of turn number 4, Eitzen able to get it done once again on these early runs. Able to get himself clear early on and wins the stage. And we're just on, that's only stage 1 of 3. Eitzen wins it, Higgins second, Fuller third, Hibbs fourth, and Burrell up to the 5th position. This is just getting interesting, folks. This is racing at its finest. I love New Hampshire for this spot right here that we get to see these interesting lines and how much you can dive it in and how much you can take away from another driver. Now these drivers still have another 55 laps to go for another stage. Does the caution come back out? Do they take tires, or are they going to have to run these tires all the way to the end? Some of them are driving really hard, like the 9 you saw right there. They're hoping that they get a caution before those tires go out completely on them. 34 trying to dive it into the inside of the 9. I heard some of these drivers say this was a really good handling setup. I didn't understand if it was this good. They're diving it into these turns, and it is sticking like crazy occasionally. I will say occasionally, because every so often I have seen a couple of them overdive it and slam into the side of somebody. So you see the 54 there, Vandermarl trying to go to the inside of our Daytona winner. Again, how long do you run on the bottom if it's wearing the tires out? You'd hope to start, trying to clear yourself and get a few laps on the outside lane. Jay Connor to the inside of Smith. Connor's been slowly moving his way up, but he's also been out of control on a few turns.
Yeah, and it seems like these two guys just can't get away from each other. It seems like they've been side by side like the entire race so far.
Yeah, they've been on top of each other for sure. Everyone's been on top of each other so far. We haven't really seen big distance or big separation for at least the majority of the people. We have seen the leaders get out to a pretty sizable lead, but not much. I did not see the battle for the lead. Higgins able to get past Eidson. That is something we did not focus on there. But Higgins, not just past the lead, has absolutely rocketed in front of the 27. And now has a pretty good sized lead over the third position with Fuller as well. We saw Fuller though. He's not done. He's good on the long runs. We're going to go back and see because I did not see what happened here. We've seen the 20 been able to really get that outside lane going. He's not really liked trying to make that inside lane work. We'll see if that's the same situation. Never mind. That was a send by the 20. And then he knows the 27's trying to get that bottom lane going. Now we need to check to see how many tires are on that truck, because that should not have stuck. There has to be. He probably has 2 more on the back end of that. He has 6 wheels on that 20 truck, because there is no way that should have worked. Not as well as it did. Wow. Vison's perfected the art of coming out of the turns on the bottom. The 20 perfected going in. And he is still taking off. A second lead, the biggest one of the night, over Trey Eidson. Again, we talk about, like, eventually tire wear has to be a thing. And some of these guys are really pushing hard. I know I talked to some drivers, and I know they didn't lie to me. They said that there was tire wear here. We're starting to see some separation between drivers here, but there is still some really heated battles. The exit at turn 2 is going to get somebody before too long here. It is notorious, that exit at turn 2, for accidentally sliding up too high and slamming that. Whoa, no, Jeff Green around! Into the wall hard. It looked like he got hooked. Absolutely hooked by Jeff Green. We've seen the 49 get involved in a couple wrecks here tonight. We're going to see if he got involved again. Jeff Green goes into turn number 3. Oh, overshoots it into the side of the 49, and around goes Jeff Green hard into that outside wall. On board here with Jeff Green and see exactly what happened. And then we'll go side by side, Jeffy, with the exit of pit road, because I feel like we're going to have some takers, and we'll do a commercial break at the same time.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Tickets for the 2026 Season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWT Racing.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we're back for this next restart. We did get some tire changes this time around. Looks like everyone decided to get 4 freshies onto their trucks as here they come to the restart line. For the first time tonight, we have a different person out front doing the restart. We'll be Gavin Higgins here on the outside lane. Green flag is able to come out, but he is unable to clear himself. Oh, he did. Okay. It was side by side for a bit there, but he is able to clear himself out to the front of the lead. 3 wide for a second. They're already starting. Gavin hit. Oh, we got a truck around. The number 1 caution is out. Only 1 truck involved. It was, I believe, Jesse Rasimas getting loose coming out of the turn. Or maybe he had help. We'll see. Oh no, he got that seam once again. Unfortunate for Jaden Rasimas there. Going to cause a second tally. Luckily for everybody, no one else involved in that wreck, but he has had a little bit of a problem with out of turn 2 getting loose. Early caution here is going to set up us on lap 70, so we've got just about 100 laps left to go in this event. All drivers are already complaining about it being full distance and the cautions. Things that never change for $200, please. We're on lap 70 here. Right now, Higgins is leading the event. In second place is Eisen. Third, Hibbs. Fuller is now down to the 4th position. Ethan Burrell up to the 5th. Hunter Smith 6th. Seth Rawls 7th. JP Phillips in 8th. Jay Connor 9th. And Leighton Norgard, hoping to have some good luck go his way, is running in the 10th position. Ray Bracey 11th. Cody McCorkle 12th. Justin Vandermarl 13th. Michael Hasek 14th. And back down into the 15th position is Austin Inabit. In Abbott? We'll go with Abbott. I like that better. If he doesn't like it, he can let me know. All caution lights are off once again here. We'll be going back green. So Higgins is doing everything different than what Fuller did. He is taking that outside lane for the restarts. He's got a little bit different restarting zone that he goes into. But if it works, it works. We've seen he likes the outside lane for the most part. He runs a lot higher than the drivers around him, so it makes sense for him to want to pick the outside for restart zones. We've also seen this also from Trey Eidson. Backs off to around the right rear wheel, or the left rear wheel, and starts rolling up to the side door panel of the 20. See if he can be able to get a better jump on the restart. Not able to do so there. 20 truck is able to clear himself once again going into turn number 1. Got about a 4 truck length lead. Now the battle for second, Trey Eidson and Fuller. Getting close. Oh no, we got another truck, 2 trucks, 3 trucks. Carpenter, I believe, is around. 73 as well. Turn 2 gets him once again. See what happened here. Oh no! Frank Fody got into the side of Kendall. No player there. Got loose and went up the hill and got right into Kendall. Am I mistaken? I thought Kendall exited out of the race, but I guess he didn't. Oh, Florida just goes straight up into him. Ah. Dominic right around. Cutlip involved. What's crazy is we've had track blockages, we've seen some massive wrecks, we've seen just downright hard impacts. We only have 3 trucks out of the race. Out of 43. It is crazy. 39 of them still on the lead lap. Got some interesting things playing out. Got some drivers. I think most of these drivers that are down pit road are probably just getting some repairs fixed. And no surprise to anybody, 41 was tallied with that wreck. Well, we are coming to lap 75, literally 100 laps now left to go in this event, so we're not even halfway for these drivers. We've already had multiple track blockages. I think that classifies this as a short track, if anything, now. if you can make a track blockage in an elite race, we call that a short track. Well, caution lights are off once again. The 20 is going to be taking the outside. Now we have Fuller to the inside, able to get that spot over Eidson. So now Fuller works his way back up to the front row once again. As here they come out of turn number 4 once again to take this next restart. car gets a good start, but it did cause a big checkup behind him. Multiple trucks having to get out of the throttle as they run into the back of each other. 55 dives it down. Well below the white line there, trying to wrap around the bottom, gets loose. As here comes the 95 truck onto the outside to try to take over that second position. Here comes Hibbs, trying to see if he can be able to clear the 55 coming out of turn number 4. Not quite. They are able to almost door bang there, but is able to get the position now as the 95 throws it in on that outside lane. Now we have a completely different mix-up of drivers up here. Now here comes Hibbs to try to battle that 20 truck at the front of the pack. We've had some comers and goers at the front. We've had a mixture of different trucks up there, having different strong points in the race. Hibbs trying to go about adding his name to that. Big send by the 34 truck there of JP Phillips. Oh boy! That inside spot coming out of turn 2 has definitely been playing havoc with some drivers. Battle for that 4th position is here comes the pink mobile there of Ethan Burrell trying to go to battle with Trey Eidson. I have not seen Trey Eidson be able to get that 3rd gear wrap around the bottom to work like he did in the beginning part of the run. I don't know if track rubbering up has made that ineffective, or I'm not quite sure. We're going to see when he goes into the turn. He's still going down into 3rd, but I don't know. He's just not been as smooth as he was. Ethan Burrell able to do a good job on that bottom lane, though. And maybe. I mean, he was going way low. Like, he was going below the white line on exit. So, I mean, Eisen's groove is starting to be figured out by... Oh, no! Justin Fuller got... I think he got hit. Oh, no, they're still hitting. 3 wide. Justin Fuller's not going to be happy. That might have been Ethan Burrell that might have tagged the back end of him, because that was pretty sideways for the 55 truck. We'll see here. No? Maybe? Hit there. Yeah, it was. And then hit again. He said, excuse me, get out of the way. I found my way up to 4th position one way or another. 55 now is trying to battle to stay in the top 5. Here comes Seth Rawls trying to take to that outside, try to get that 5th position from the 55. I think the 55 would love to have a chew of that bubblegum truck a little bit. Gonna be right on that back bumper. See if payback is paid back here. Dives it in. Is he gonna use up that 37 truck? I would say so. I would definitely say so. He definitely. Oh no! Oh gosh. A little bit too much. A little bit too much. The anger was strong in that one, as he's now trying to use up the 25. He's not making friends right now. He's pretty mad. Oh no, the 55 gets turned around. Unfortunately, we've seen this year he has been a qualifying machine. In the race, though, things have not gone his way. He was not giving a lot of... He felt like he got used up, and he wanted to give the love around. Here comes the 9 down to the inside. And then he just kind of, he was almost clear of the 25. But almost and being clear was the difference of an inch. An inch would have been the difference. And that is not a Viagra commercial. Well, that will be our 9th caution so far of the event. See what the leaders do. If any of them decide to take tires, it's right around that iffy point. Ooh, a couple of them look like they might have. See if anyone else takes. It's right there, I almost feel like. Fuller's going to definitely do it. We'll get some more takers from the back of the pack. Not that many. I mean, there will be some, especially towards the very back. Most of these guys are probably just damage fixing at this point, but we'll see if how important tires are with some of those drivers from the mid pack going down. Well, we hope everyone at home is enjoying this. I sure am. This has been some incredible racing from these drivers. Some of it good, and then the others were interesting. We'll call it that. Higgins out front of this event right now with Hibbs to his 1 position back. Eidson working his way back into the 3rd position. Ethan Burrell is now found 4th. Seth Rawls up to 5th. Jake Connor in 6th. Justin Smith there in 7th. Leighton Norgard up to 8th. McCorkle 9th, and JP Phillips now finds himself in the 10th position. Our next stage caution will, or not caution, but stage ender will be on lap 110. So we still have a few more laps before we get to that point. About 24 laps left to go before the end of the stage. So still a ways to go. And the question is when are they going to necessarily elect to take tires again? Ethan Burrell's now going to be starting on that outside lane behind the 20. This is the closest to clean air he has seen all race long, starting back in that 37th position. Pace car lights are off. We'll be going back to the 20 for the restart here. Green lines on the wall or the restart zone. Green flag is out. On the gas he goes. A big stack up on that bottom lane though. But the 95 able to clear himself to get into that second position. Now it's going to go to battle. They are fighting grip on that exit of turn 2. Everyone keeps it straight though. The 20 dives it into turn 3 and 4. The 95 trying to wrap around that outside lane. We saw the inside lane be the dominant zone in the beginning. Now it looks like more drivers are starting to wrap around the higher lane there. Turn 2 has been a problem no matter what. Oh, a couple of them getting loose back there. 3 wide. Going into turn 3 and 4. Sheehy on that bottom lane. And he clears himself to the 24, barely. Some of these guys probably work at some place where they can make those very calculated risks, because they are taking them. You can see the 9 truck gets sideways out of turn 2. That is something we've seen a few times here so far. Oh, the 25 throws it in. Feel like I should have a bet with you, Jesse, if there's going to be another track blockage before the end of the night. But I don't think anyone wants to bet against that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with there's probably going to be one before the end of the race here.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Oh, caution back out. I'm not sure where this one occurred from. Yeah, I'm not, we'll have to hear from Mathieu Weeks where that caution took place at, because we're not picking up anything. Oh, Dustin Dewar. That was a caution? Well, I guess it did come to a stop. That was the most tame we've seen a caution come out for. Looks like Dominic Wright on the inside there. Chad Frankenfield 3 wide. Again, things you would see on the $200 board there. 32 gets sent sideways. A little bit of fender damage, but other than a set of tires probably ruined, it's not the worst thing to have happen. He's going to find himself at the back of the field, though. So we are on caution number 10, and we are just past halfway. Well, we're not on pace to beat the record, but I feel like these drivers are not done trying. Now pace car lights are off. If any driver is watching right now, focus on the road. We've had too many cautions. Be going back green once again. Higgins going to be on the outside lane as we will be coming to about 16 laps left to go in this stage. Yes, here we go. Let's see how long we can keep this one going here as the 20 is able to get a really good start. 95 is going to have clear to his outside lane to throw it in there. Does just that. Ethan Burrell trying to follow him suit, but not able to get himself far enough along to the outside of the 27, so we should be single filed out for our top four. Ethan Burrell still trying to run that bottom lane though. Underneath the 27 once again here, coming out of turn number 4. Oh, it gets tight. Oh, there's more contact being made back there. Hyde's unable to get himself clear for that third position. 4 wide back there. What are we doing? No, no. They're hitting and banging. 4 wide would do that to you. Most people would have figured that out, as here comes the 55 with his fresh tires, trying to make it wrap around the bottom. Get as many positions as he can, back up to the front, get any stage point that he can. Good view of Fuller trying to get his way back up to the front. Not in the preferred line though. That is not where you would normally want to run the entire way around the track. As he's still beating and banging, trying to get past the 26 here of Adams. He is taking, I wouldn't call it a dirt road. I wouldn't call it necessarily the smoothest road either. He's wrapping around that bottom lane. Oh, oh my gosh. He's throwing it in there. I don't know why. I just imagine a kid throwing a pencil as hard as they could into the ceiling and just seeing if it sticks. That's about what that looked like. He just threw it in there. 3 wide once again. Chad Frankenfield, 3 wide, bottom for $200. And not able to get it to go. Trying to follow Fuller, but not able to have the consistency to run that bottom lane. Oh boy, there's a couple trucks back there making contact. I think that was Vandermarl hitting that outside lane, and the 55 right in front of him. Maybe there was contact. Probably assuming that maybe there was some touching and banging. Fuller able to get clear of Adams finally. Now going to try to take it to Vandermarl. As here we go for, I believe that's 4th position. Ethan Burrell to the inside of Seth Rawls. Both of these guys have seen a lot of each other working their way up through the field. Both of them starting near dead last, and both of them have worked their way into the top 5. Jay Connor came with a dirt setup, I'm pretty sure, and it's been working. He's been sideways for the majority of this race, especially out of turn 2. But here he's running 6. So the real question is, why is everyone else doing it wrong? He's just sideways and wiggling every time he comes out of there. Oh, another truck wiggling there. That was a 7 of Ray Bracey. Oh, there's a truck to the inside. I think they missed the inside wall, but just barely. We're coming up on lap 100, or we're at 101. And there are still so many different lines to take around here. Other than the cautions, the racing is impeccable. It has been a true joy to just watch where you could put your truck and how to drive it differently than anybody else to make it work to where you clear up a racing line. 3 wide, right behind Chad. Oh, getting close. I think the 60 thought better of it and let off. Gonna set him up to be passed down the back straightaway. Oh, Chad's not giving much room for $200. So he's able to clear Ray Bracy there and get right in front of him. Out front, Higgins has still got about 4 truck length lead. He's been kind of keeping that steady, not really trying to extend it nor lose it. As our top 10 drivers have all kind of singled out and equally spaced. Still crazy battling here though, as the 60 truck trying to get to the outside of Ray Bracy, and does just that, coming down the back straight or front straightaway, able to look like he might be able to even clear him going into the turn. Ray Bracy falling back just a little bit here. Fuller still working his way. He is going to be getting some stage points here. Hearing maybe some contact. Oh, Leighton Norgard has not had a very good truck season. Has been used up. You'd think a truck that colorful would be easily seen and avoidable, but he has all but been avoided. He's been hit quite often. That's Sam Batwell. Oh no. That is surprising that didn't cause a yellow. We're still green. That is very shocking that is not a yellow. We only have about 4 laps left in this stage though, as Higgins is still out front of Hibbs. Question is Fuller back there going to get any more positions? You know, he has, you know, he does have a set of tires used up, but he's also going to be awarded points that he most definitely would not have gotten if he didn't come down and get tires. So it really comes down to, is it set up to where he saves the set later on? Ethan Burrell to the inside of Seth Rawls there. Still battling for that 4th position. They've been side by side for a few laps here now. Diving it in, goes to 37 and able to clear himself of Seth Rawls. That puts Ethan Burrell back up into the 4th position. As here we come to 3 laps left to go in this event. Wow, Fuller throws it in. He's been throwing it in. That has been his way to get around here as of late. Does have the fastest lap of the event so far. Again, Chad Frankfield bottom 3 wide for $200 back there. Not able to clear himself. Wow! Vandermarl barely was able to clear himself there. Now here they come to 1 lap to go in this stage. Back out front, it's still all Gavin Hibbins. Right behind him, Hibbs has been slowly gaining on him, just not enough time to really do anything with it. Coming out of turn number 4 to win stage number 2, Gavin Higgins. Able to do just that with those incredible moves he was able to make. And just in the amount of time, because here comes the 95 to try to get around him. Chad Frankfield now working his way into the top 10 with his new fresh set of tires. Out front, Hibbs is able to dive it in underneath Higgins there and able to get clear. Now the 95 is going to be out front in this event And here comes the 27 of Eidson. Starting to work his way up to the front once again. So new leader, 95. I believe that is our 4th different leader of the night. But not for very long. Here come Higgins. Trying to dive it in. Underneath the 95. 95 having to relinquish a little bit of gap there. Here comes the 27 wrapping around the bottom. That's what we were accustomed to seeing him do earlier on in the event. Kind of got away from it a little bit. Maybe saving tires. But here he is now with an opportunity to take the lead. Wrapping it around on that bottom lane. Able to clear himself for it. So now back out front goes to 27. That was just long enough for Hibbs to appreciate the lead, and now gave back both positions. Now finds himself back in the 3rd. '95 dives him back. Oh boy, he's right on him. Sideways. Still side-by-side drag racing down the back straightaway. Hibbs trying to get it wrapped around the bottom. Higgins trying to wrap around the outside. Go back here and see what happened to Ethan Burrell. Oh, he went down pit road. That's something I was not expecting. He's decided to pit early here, get some fresh set of tires, see if he can be able to use those to get himself further up through the field. If it stays green, that is a risk, though. That is a very heavy risk for what we've seen tonight. Out front, Eidson leads it by almost a second over Hibbs. Hibbs has gotten back around Higgins here. Has been a very fun battle between those two. And now up to 4th position. He's saying to those other guys up there, did you miss me? I wasn't gone for very long. These fresh set of tires has put me from the back of the pack up to 4th here in no time at all. As Fuller is starting to really gain on these guys now. I would have to say that worked out really well for the 55. That long green flag run that we're on right now has definitely played into the part of the 55's hands. Seth Rawls now finds him back into 5th. JP Phillips 6th. And now up to 7th as Chad Frankfield's on the same strategy as the 55 here with his fresh set of tires. Well, the question really comes down to is they're going to have to keep an eye on the 37. See what kind of lap times he's able to do. I mean, they can keep an eye on the lap times or just look in the rearview mirror because there he is with his fresh set. See what he's able to do with his new tires. Fuller able to already get around very easily into that 3rd position. Oh, we're throwing EY down the back straightaway too back there. Oh, Jay Connor! Oh no! Oh, Jay Connor was loose going into turn number 3. He almost wiped out the 45 there, Smith. Oh, there's a truck around, almost around, down the front straightaway. Hard contact for Vandermarl. Oh, his truck is destroyed. His back end is up. He hit hard. He got turned off the nose of another truck and into the wall there. Oh yeah, his truck is messed up. I think that is the 60 truck that he was trying to clear himself on. Not clear. That's quite a bit of damage. He's still trying to get it going on that outside lane, but a lot of damage here. Well, back out front, Fuller has now worked himself into that 2nd position and now sees Eidson in front, trying to gain that final spot there to get himself out in the lead. As we only have 55 laps to go in this event. Fuller trying to do something he only did one other time, and that's get a pole and win the race. Man, you get a shot right there on that 27 truck, able to dive it down and stick so well. Gain a lot of track position on that. Well, it took a while, but we have had a really long green flag run that has been very refreshful for these drivers. After back-to-back short track racing, I'm sure these drivers are tired of seeing the yellow flag. So here comes the 55. He's getting closer and closer. To the inside here goes the 55 out of turn number 2. Side by side, a little loose by the 55. Is he going to be able to stay to the inside? He will do so. And there he goes, diving it in. Clearing himself for the lead. As he now gets back out front, he sees there's Ethan Burrell's view, who pitted roughly around 7 or 8 laps ago. He's gone around all these drivers. He's putting about maybe almost a second on these guys a lap. I mean, if this stays green, he's going to have one heck of a lead by the end of it. I mean, if we go green all the way to the end, he's going to have probably close to around, I would say almost probably a 12 to 15 second lead. Won't stay that way for long because he'll be on the receiving end of new tires, but I think he does have the advantage right now, considering most of these drivers are still pretty wary of pitting under a green flag cycle. Not a lot of belief in the green flag lasting. Here we come to 50 laps left to go in this event. Fuller back out front. He can wait longer than anybody to take his set, as he pitted on that last restart. So he has no problems waiting it out and seeing how everyone else plays it. Battling going right here inside the top 10, or outside the top 10 actually. 16 of Tom Bourne coming back up from a lot of damage early on from some of those wrecks. I think just about every driver you see in the picture has been involved in one of the wrecks. Ooh, 12 truck gets loose coming out of turn 2. Turn 2 has been the factor of most drivers' nights, if it's been bad or not. Chad Frankfield just now got clear of himself for 5th position. Put Chad Frankfield back up into the 5th spot over Seth Rawls. He finds himself 8 seconds back of the leader. Fuller has absolutely, and for Eitzen too. Oh, Chad Frankenfield coming down pit road. He had fresher tires than everyone around him. That is an odd strategy, I'll be honest. He's decided that he feels confident that we'll go green here. Oh, the 9 and the 66 getting sideways coming out of turn 2. Jay Connor right there finds himself in the 8th position, but we do have green flag pit stops starting to take place now, as even more drivers are starting to come down. Ray Bracey's come down to 34. JP Phillips has come down. Green flags are underway now. That is something that I wouldn't have put under $200 on the Jeopardy board. Here comes Seth Rawls down pit road. Now when do you decide to come down pit road? You don't want to wait too long, but you know the speed difference between new tires and old tires and how things play out. You don't want to get trapped a lap down. That's the one good thing about what Ethan Burrell did, was he was able to get clear and get himself back, from being one lap down to being at least at the back of the pack. Let's go back here to Cody McCorkle. They have been racing really hard. This is right there in that 10th position. Cody McCorkle has been running a very bizarre line. He is putting his right front in the grass. I mean, the last couple laps, he's been putting it in the grass. I don't know if he's causing a divot down there to help him turn. But he couldn't go down there this time. He would have ran into Tom Bourne. Oh no, he got loose. He's been having an interesting line. He won't be able to get down to the bottom again. They keep taking his line here. Those two drivers there with their fresh set of tires are going. Oh, here comes one of our previous leaders there, Higgins going down pit road. Fuller has lost a lot of time on track to Eitzen. Even with his fresher tires, you can imagine how hard he was pushing it. He was burning those tires up. It is like a dirt track. With how they keep having to figure out different lines that work, this is crazy how much the lines have changed lap per lap. Where the fast lap is now below the white line, at least with old tires, just to help get it to turn. So once again, the 55 and 27 going to battle. Again, they're coming to 40 laps left to go in this event. If they don't get a caution, Ethan Burrell is going to be almost like 18 seconds ahead of him. Go ahead and show where Ethan Burrell is on track right now. They're going into turn number 1. He's already going out of turn number 2. Now, when he had pitted, he was probably about that same distance behind them. So he has gained half a track for where he exited off pit road to where those leaders were. So he has a half a track lead over them at this point. I mean, at this point, the 20 truck has probably gotten around both of these drivers here. They're focusing on each other, though. Look at that line. They've picked up all the rubber off the bottom of the racetrack. They've been running so low. This is a good view. They have been coming up on lap traffic. That's how fast these two have been tonight. And they are right now, with Hunter Smith behind them, is 15 seconds back. These two have been blazing fast all night. Trey Eitzen even so, because he's on older tires than the 55. But they are coming to lap 37. They absolutely need a caution. They are really banking on a caution right now. He's right on his back bumper. He might get his caution if he gets any closer to him. And he's wrapping around that bottom. Trey Eidson back out to the lead here. Almost able to get to the lead there. Fuller still able to lead that lap. We only have 16 drivers on the lead lap right now. So here they come on Dustin Dewar. They are making these moves and coming up on lap traffic and having guys with fresher tires work back around them. It's been the ultimate challenge right here. But he's going to use Dustin Dewar as a pick here. Oh, he gets so loose. Oh, the 55 is now going to be right on his back bumper. Trey Eidson back out to the lead now with lap 34. Liam White able to go completely to that outside lane and get himself clear to get back out to the lead lap. Is there some way we can see where they're at on fuel? Because they've got to be pretty close. They're just absolutely, I mean, just steamrolling these lap down cars. They are passing them. 2 or 3 of them. Oh no, truck around to the back. Oh no, that's going to cause a caution. There's no way that doesn't cause a caution. Let's see if he X's out. Who is that? Dylan Hickey? How did that not cause a caution? Oh, no caution. To the chagrin of the 27 and the 55, as here they come down pit road. No, they didn't. That was just their line. They're getting even lower. I can't believe it. They're getting even lower. I was for sure that was them going down pit road. Yeah, they're coming to lap 30. Man, they're going to be so far back from the leader. 66 has now decided to come down pit road. Jeff Ryan. I can't tell when they're coming down pit road or not. I mean, at this point, they're not even on the racing surface. Now, what has happened to Ethan Burrell? Go up to Ethan Burrell real quickly. Oh, no, here the leaders come. Oh, it's contact being made between them. Both leaders made contact going into pit road, slammed into each other, not wanting to give either one of them any groove. It was so hard to even know if they were pitting. I don't even know if the 55 could even tell if the 27 was pitting or not. Now, this is going to be the battle right here, where Ethan Burrell comes out, but I'll be honest with you, he must have burnt his tires up because he was going pretty slow. I mean, they were actually catching him back up with those old tires. Now, he still will be quite a bit distance in front of them, but not to the amount that I thought, just because the long run pace of Eidson and Fuller was so great. They were actually running better lap times at the end of that run than Ethan Burrell with his 50 lap newer tires. This is going to shake up everything. Right now, Haybear is out front there in the 57. Michael Hossack battling with him, running in that second position. These drivers still have yet to pit. First driver with fresh tires is in 7th position, so our top 6 are still out on track. Just hoping for that caution. think William White might have had a penalty because he's quite a bit farther down on the scoring monitor. Well, we are coming up on 27 laps to go in this event. Ethan Burrell is slowly catching these guys regardless, as he is only about 2 seconds back from them. Well, real quick, Ethan Burrell, let's get a stopwatch where he's at. He's right now running in 6th position, coming out of turn 2. Back there to Trey Eidson. Not far. Not far at all. Kevin Hibbs actually just got around to be the lead driver with fresh tires, able to get around in 37. 37 has not been able to save his tires. Trey Eidson is not far behind them at all. It is crazy how fast and how good the 27 truck is on the long run. He's running such a weird turn. There's not even anyone even trying to race his line because it's just so crazy. I thought his line in the beginning of the race was crazy. It has gotten weirder. Down to 24 laps to go in this event. Haver is out front. Still is yet to pit. Trey Eidson wrapping around that bottom lane. Right there, he sees that purple truck. That is the driver he is racing to the end of this event right now. Gets in front of that 95 truck. Knows that he can be able to get out front with the set of tires. As here they go, battle for the lead. 95 able to get to the inside of the 57. This is a pass for the lead. Oh, the 57 truck looked like he had a flat tire almost. He went so high. 95 able to get out front now. That lap down truck of the 12 is right in the way, though, with his fresh set of tires. Trying to get back on the lead lap there. It's a Leighton Norgard. Not going to make it easy on either one of these drivers. Doesn't care who is racing for the win. Fuller, really the only competition that Eidson had earlier on, is not far behind. But here comes the 27, able to wrap around the high side. Did something different this time, wrapped around the high side and able to get it past the 95. That is going to put Trey Eidson back out front once again with almost 20 laps left to go in this event. Here comes Fuller now trying to battle with the 95, see if he can be able to work back underneath them. Fuller to the inside of the 95, going into turn number 3, dives it around on that bottom lane. He's also been running that bottom lane as well. I don't know if it's been as well as the 27 truck, but it is able to get that pass made. Now Eidson having to sit and battle with the lap down truck of a Leighton Norgard. Not much of a battle when you can take about 30 feet off the track and drive around on that bottom. They have got a lot of heavy traffic in front of them. Heavy traffic for the leaders to have to navigate through. Fuller is slowly starting to catch. I mean, we've seen Fuller. He is, especially when he was set back there and had to work his way up to the front, very aggressive diving into the turns. We'll see if that plays out for him. He does not have I don't think it necessarily a good long running car as well as the 27, but maybe he's able to make it up here on the short run. Throwing it in past a couple of these lap down trucks. They're both having to zigzag through them. Now the 27 is going to have to get around William White. Fuller is now directly behind him. Not far behind, only about 3 truck lengths back. 27 now is able to have William White to be the buffer in between. But not for long. Here comes Fuller, diving it in on the bottom in turns 1. 16 laps to go. If Fuller's able to get side by side with him, you know Fuller's going to try to go about using up as much track as he needs. Fuller to the outside this time going at turn 3. Trying to see if he can get momentum. It's a little loose coming out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, less than 15 laps to go of this full distance race. It comes down to this. Both of these drivers started out front here. They've been through the field at different points of the race, but here they back are out front. It's just going to be a battle between the two of them unless if a caution comes out. They have so much more speed than the rest of these drivers in front of them that they're putting a lap down. Oh, Lucy, there goes the 27 sideways coming around turns 1 and 2. That allows Fuller to now only be within a truck length. They're starting to explore the racetrack once again. Now you're seeing them run up high, trying to figure out what lane is now the fastest. We've seen it change so many times here tonight. From the bottom to the high side to the middle, it has been an ever-changing spot. The fast lane has not been in the same spot more than maybe just about 20 laps at a time. Now they're trying to see where it's at now with only 13 laps to go. Who's going to figure it out first, though, as they still are trying to have to figure out what lane of traffic they have to go through as well. Here they come back around with 12 laps to go left in this event. Fuller still directly behind them. But they see 2 wide in front of them. They see 3 wide in front of them. Why not make it 4 for the lead? Three wide goes the leader. He can't play safe just yet. Fuller's right behind him. He would sure love to just be able to take his time around him, but he can't do that. Both of them able to get clear. Now they'll have a few laps of green or clear track in front of them. See if Fuller's able to do anything now that they have full track. Almost both of them hit the inside wall there. I think they both didn't intend to go that low. They both almost slammed that inside lane. It's almost like we're back seeing IMSA racing at Sebring. There is multi-groove racing. There is speed differentials that you would only see in multi-class racing almost, with how the tires have been changed out and how much of a different strategy has been taken in this final run. These two are seconds faster than the field. Fuller getting that inside lane running. 27 getting loose coming out of the turns. They're downshifting and upshifting. Trying to keep the wheel spin to a minimum. Both know there's massive amount of points awarded to the winner of the race. Eitzen trying to get as many points as he can. Fuller trying to gain as many back as he can. Both have a win in this season, but both of them want to go about being the only winner here in New Hampshire. Fuller once again taking that very bottom lane. Eitzen deciding to try to exit out on that bottom. Oh, the 55 gets loose. Now the 27 has a little bit of clear behind him. But he's getting loose too. You can't tell me they're not pushing it at 100. They don't have the ability to just kind of be cautious at the end of this. They have to push as hard as they can because they know the other is. This is the most clear traffic that they have seen in front of them all for probably the last 30 or 40 laps. All it takes is for one of these drivers to get too loose and it might be all over for them. They're on the razor's edge. Coming back around to take 5 laps left to go in this event. 27 has about a 3 or 4 truck length lead right now. Still wrapping it around the bottom. I think this is the time for the 55 to try to find a different lane. They've been having to do that and see if something's working. Maybe a higher lane, maybe something not directly behind the 27. See if he can gain that time back up. Only 16 trucks on the lead lap. Oh no, we have Ethan Burrell spinning the 41 truck on the back straightaway. Frank Fody around. Ethan Burrell and Frank Fody make contact, but no caution. Oh, Frank Fody saw the blue truck in front of him make contact with the wall and went down low, but he's going to have a ton of damage from that. Back out front with coming to 3 laps left to go. Eitzen still out front here. One thing Eitzen does not want to see is that yellow flag. As here they come out of turn number 4 to get 2 laps left to go. Eitzen to the inside of Ray Bracey. Ray Bracey's not having a bad night. He's running in 15th. That is just how fast these leaders have been. He just has 2 more turns left to go, and he will see that white flag. As here they come down the front straightaway. Trey Eitzen able to get the white flag. They're going to be racing it back out to the checkered. We've seen how strong Eitzen was early on as he was able to make some passes on that bottom lane. Worked a weird line, and that is set up to kind of be the norm for him. He's had the weirdest line out of anybody, and it has worked to his benefit. As here he comes out of turn number 4. He's going to come into here in Loudon, New Hampshire, and he's going to check that box off for that win. And a win for Ram as well. Trey Eitzen getting it done here tonight on the long run. And a win at a full distance race in the Truck Series. Absolute dominance by both Eitzen and Fuller here tonight. 8-second lead over third. A 16-second nearly over fourth. That's just how dominant those leaders were. And they pitted much later, too. Oh, my gosh. Some drivers deciding they didn't want to see the truck anymore. No, it was William White. I think he was celebrating the end of the race. It did not go his way. Yeah. Just one more big time disaster wreck. Just for the end of it. Let's go ahead and see through the field here of some of our drivers. Trey Eitzen led the most laps, 60 laps here tonight, which is not overall at 175 laps. Not that much for a single driver to lead over anybody else. Gavin Higgins had the fastest lap at the end of the race there. Of course, Justin Fuller had pole once again for the fourth time, or actually the third time out of his 4 poles. Does not get the win with his pole position. We had 10 cautions, and we were saying, like at lap 100, man, we're at 10 cautions. This is not great. And then we had a 75 lap green flag run there to top it off at the end. Talk about contrast from halfway point, pretty much. We had 5 different leaders. And it was not just under green flag. We had those leaders were intermittent today, as we had different drivers being dominant at different points in the event. But overall, just a fantastic race for a full distance race at New Hampshire, with all the grooves that were taking place. We're going to go ahead and bring up our third place finisher here, Gavin Hibbs. Third place finish here for. Oh no, this is second place. We got Gavin Hibbs in here. you overall, I mean, you went into the pits early, and you saw that the leaders were staying out that long. Did you think that maybe you would have more of an advantage than you did? Because it didn't take long for Trey Eidson and Justin Fuller to catch back up to you. I mean, they were just rocketed fast. I mean, did you think it was going to play out a little bit differently? Did you think the fresh tires would have helped out more than it did get you out further out? Exactly what happened there underneath the green flag pit stops.
Yeah, I thought pitting much earlier was going to get me out ahead, and I'm surprised they haven't pitted yet. And then they pitted and they were not far behind me. And I'm like, holy, I can't say some of the stuff that I said to myself, but I was surprised that both of them were able to come out of the pits close behind, where I was, compared to, where Ethan Burrell pitted, and when I pitted, Ethan was so much farther ahead. So I thought, maybe that's going to happen with Trey and Justin, but
Yeah, it seemed like they came out right behind you.
Yeah, that definitely backfired. But they were easily the 2 best in the field tonight. So props to them. I don't know how they kept running that bottom like they were, but GG's to both of them. But nice to get another podium.
Absolutely. Again, good finish for you. Good points for your regular season running here. Try to stay in front of Justin Fuller. It's getting close though. Both of you guys are coming down to the end here, and guys finishing second and third. It's coming down to stage points when it's all said and done, I think. And got a lot of stage points to your name, and definitely a good points run for you. Go ahead and give us kind of a rundown of how this looks with only a couple races left, and then go ahead and give us your thank yous and shout outs as well.
I'm going to start with my shout outs. Obviously Field Up Racing, Numbers by Joe, and Hips Design, Racecraft Academy, and Next Level Racing. Just the general thank yous, each and every week to people who make this possible. But hopefully in these next couple of weeks, Kentucky, home track next week at Kentucky, and then Talladega. Dega's going to be the wild card between me and Fuller. But looking at what we have for the chase, I think my chances are pretty good, considering we have a road course in there, couple more short tracks, and then a track like Rockingham, which I love. So hopefully everything goes right. These next couple of weeks, we'll end up with the regular season title, hopefully. And who knows what happens in the chase.
Absolutely. That's your third place finisher there, Gavin Hibbs. able to get a really good, strong finish for our points leader. We'll see where he's at next week in points when they get it all tallied out. We're going to go ahead and bring up our second place finisher, Justin Fuller. Real quick, incredible run to be able to work your way up through the field, taking this new set of tires, which was controversial depending on how that worked out with how many cautions, but it ultimately put you back into play for the winning of this race, and it ultimately set you up to take the lead late in the run. What was your thoughts and strategies taking those sets of tires? I mean, it had to have played perfectly into how you had to have it happen, where you didn't waste a set or get caught off on a different strategy. But just go through the emotions of being spun out and then coming back and having to pass essentially 40 trucks to get back up into the lead of things like that. To give everyone at home an idea of kind of what plays out in a process like that.
Well, I guess I had you guys fooled too. I spun out, but I didn't take tires. I was on the same set of tires, so I just
No
drove up the
kidding.
field. I swear to
Wow.
God. You can go back and watch it. You'll never see my tires jack up. So, I don't understand why nobody people unless everybody was fooled and thought I took tires. Um, I can't believe nobody went to the bottom and tried that line until I got all the way past Trey, and then Trey started running the line.
I
Um,
think
I,
it's because they thought you were on tires.
that's the only thing I can think of, honestly, because I mean, the only reason I even found that line is because I was so far back in traffic and I couldn't go anywhere. I was like, well, I'm going to go where they're not. So I went to the bottom and I just kept rolling people and I was making ground. So I just kept doing it. Even when I had nobody around me, I kept doing it when I was running them guys down. And, I kind of, Trey and I are really good friends. We've been teammates for years. I know we're not teammates here, but, we talk all the time. We're really good buddies. And, I got up behind him and I kind of whistled at him over chat and he goes, haha, yeah, you just go right on by with your new tires there, buddy. And I wasn't gonna say anything because I knew if I said that I wasn't on tires, he would start running that line. So I waited until I got beside of him, and I said, "You're gonna be really upset to learn that I didn't take tires." And then he started matching my line, and uh,
I
I
think you
burned my
probably
tires.
should have. I think you should not have told him.
I probably shouldn't have at that point, but I mean, just Trey and I just have a good relationship. So it was just kind of funny moment. And honestly, I didn't think he would be able. I didn't know how much I burnt my tires up. I knew I'd spun out, and I knew I wasn't really saving anything, trying to get all my track position back, especially with stage points in play there. So I just kept rolling the bottom, driving it as hard as I could, right on the limit. I didn't know how it was going to match up. Obviously, Trey's tires were a little better at the end there at that run. I'm really glad I didn't give him a speeding penalty getting on pit road. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get on the same lap tires as him and just hope that I come out of the pit box before him. I ended up slamming into him, gave him some left rear damage, gave me some right front damage, but it didn't really affect us too much. So it was a lot of fun nonetheless. Trey and I have had some history at this racetrack, funny history, not bad history. It's really fun to race with Trey, and that was a good little battle.
I'll be honest with you, that is nuts. You didn't have fresh tires. That is hard to believe. That is crazy because you were just able to wrap around that bottom and dive it in so much harder. You had me fooled. I'll be honest with you. I honestly did not think that was just a different line playing out. I've never seen a truck within a fuel strategy or with a fuel run go from the back of the pack to the front of a pack like that in a long time. I'll be honest with you. That is just dominance of being able to figure out a racetrack. So congratulations to you. I know you had a good battle here on track. You also have a good battle going on in points between you and Hibbs going on to try to win the regular season and get those extra bonus points. I talked to him real quickly. We got 2 races left. We want to let you do your thank yous and shout outs, but tell us what your mindset is going to the last 2 races, trying to gain those last few spots, just a few points left to get in front when we go to a track like Talladega and to a mile and a half.
It would have been really cool to get the win tonight, just so I could get a little bit more bonus points there. To try and take the points lead. I don't think I took it tonight because I think he got some more stage points in that second stage. But I mean, Kentucky, just go out there and do what we can do, right? Just run up front all race long, try and get the most stage points we can, try and win the race. And Talladega is just gonna be all about survival. Just keep all the fenders on it, be there at the end, and just hope it plays out. And if it doesn't play out in the end, it just wasn't meant to be. I can look back at Watkins Glen when I had some computer issues and When I think I had a top 5 truck there, and you can go back and look at that one and say, well, that might be where I lost the points. But at the end of the day, it's just racing. Things are going to happen, and the cards will fall as they may. I'm kind of glad we have this point system. I like this a lot more than the winning you're in, and 3 rounds of nonsense and having one race to determine a champion. So the bonus points be cool, but it's not the be all end all of the season. So just looking forward to a good race next week and hopefully finish it off at Talladega.
That's our second place finner, Justin Fuller, and our leader in polls for sure with 4 so far this season. So hoping he could figure out how to get the race wins like he has figured out the polls. But let's go ahead and bring up our winner here tonight, Trey Eidson. Trey Eidson, you started off the race with running a absolutely crazy line, getting that bottom lane work and able to clear yourself up to the lead. And then Justin Fuller was able to make it work with that lower line to catch back up to you. And then you guys were every lap I kept going, are they pitting? I can't tell if they're pitting or not. And you guys were just running so low. How much was the lanes changing throughout the race? I mean, it looked like a dirt track with how many times you guys had to figure out a different lane out there. What would it take to ultimately have a dominating car here tonight and being able to figure out the lines?
Honestly, I knew the apron had worked in the past year. I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years ago, I ran C-Fixed like a bunch one weekend and won like 10 or 15 in a row with the traditional line where you just kind of keep the truck between the dotted lines, the middle. And I jumped in a C-Fix maybe a year or so ago and like checked out running my standard line. And then I think they're Coke drivers now, but 2 dudes just came just blowing by me on the apron. So I was like, what the heck? Like they broke New Hampshire. So I wasn't sure if that was still the line or if they fixed it. So I knew I wanted to take like a straight launch on exit to try to save the right rear for the long run. And then there were times where I just wouldn't shift at all and take care of the right rear. So that also was a key factor. But yeah, I was just going to run kind of enter to the paint and then roll it and get a straight exit on, maybe using the apron a little bit. But Fuller come flying up there after he spun out, and everyone on my team is like, Fuller's flying, coming to get you. And I thought he took tires. So when he passed me, I was like, okay, whatever. He's got tires. He could probably go to the end. Then he told me he didn't take tires. So I started running that line, got back to him, passed him. So I was like, all right, maybe he didn't take tires. It's all the line. It was just kind of crazy to move around. The middle got really, really slick once the tires were worn out. And then I really thought I was screwed when Ethan pitted early. I mean, he pitted with 40 or 50 laps to go. And then I was just going to run it out and pray for a caution. So when we didn't get the caution, I was like, surely when I merge, Ethan's going to be like half on, like on the other side of the racetrack, right? Like he's got this thing in the bag. So I blended and saw I was on the same straightaway as like the top 8. I was only like 4 or 5 seconds back. So I don't know if lap traffic held them up, or if that, us just being able to run that apron and keep cutting really good laps just eliminated the advantage they had on fresh tires. So I don't know, man. It was one of the craziest races I've ran. It was fun because, it gave you grooves, gave you options. I'm glad it went green to the end because it was a very long race. But yeah, I don't know what they did to New Hampshire, but I think when the tires were out, the apron becomes sticky for some reason.
I mean, your analysis is exactly as mine. So if you go back and rewatch the race, everything you just said was exactly the same thought process I was having. I just couldn't believe how it all played out, and I'm like, none of this is making sense to me. How you guys were able to come back out of pit road and be like right behind them when they pitted like 30 laps ahead of you. So I think you're gonna when you go back to rewatch it, you'll be like, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Oh yeah, that is absolutely crazy. Ultimately, really good points night for you. I think this is gonna rocket you all the way up from you were 9th. You might have gotten all the way up to 3rd in points at this point. So absolutely heck of a points night for you with being able to get the stage win or get the stage points and and get the win here tonight. So really good points night to help you start to battle your way to get some good end of the season points for that season long championship that we have now in the series. What's going to take to essentially win this championship? You kind of see who's the front runners for this at the end of this, and probably the top three are probably our top three contenders for this championship. Now that you kind of have a sense of how this regular season's gone down, how does this set you up for the points? And then we're going to let you do your thank yous and shout outs for your win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like I'm securely in the chase. Looking at the schedule, Bristol, things can go wrong there quick. Again, I don't know. Las Vegas, I ran okay there on the long run. Fuller is my previous races with Fuller at Vegas. He is a freaking animal there, like just fast. That's a heavy draft track, and my experiences there is he saves his tires, but manages to lead the race and leave the draft. Like they can't do anything about it. And then you go to I guess that's the new Atlanta, so that'll be a draft track. Mid Ohio, haven't ran there in like a decade, so the schedule's not one I would prefer. But
that's
you never know.
He was very confident with the schedule.
Yeah, it's kind of like he got with Chad and picked the tracks. But I do like the last two. Chicago, I think I'll be good. Rockingham's one of my favorite tracks on the circuit, kind of like this place. Absolutely love I like the old Rockingham. I think maybe we'll get the bumpy one. I don't know. It could be the new one that's a little gripped up. Either way, I'm okay at both of them. I don't know. Just you kind of got to get in the playoffs, and then you just start a whole new season, see where the points fall. That's all you can do is, kind of just show up, run the race, and the points fall where they fall. But yeah, I'm glad to get out of that kind of middle of the point standings area. We didn't run Indy, and then we had a really bad auto club, so it kind of got us. I went from the points lead all the way to the outside of the top 10, so it's good to climb back in there. So. I do want to mention, Fuller gave me hella left rear damage coming to pit road, and the truck was stupid loose the last 20 laps. He was like, crap, man, I hope I didn't just make you speed. And I said, I think I prevented you from speeding. Like, no, we're good. But yeah, the thing was stupid loose the last 20 laps. Let's see, what else? Thanks to you guys. Let's start that. I'll just go ahead and start them if that's all right with you. Thanks to Seth and everybody at Shift. Thanks to you guys for these full distance races. It keeps you guys up late, keeps us all up late. I don't know why Chad does it to us. But thanks to all the admins in the league. Thanks to AB Quality, Autoglass. I've been really getting them a lot of TV time. Kind of I'm on a heater here, and the Sunday Monday series and the Cup series I run okay. That field is absolutely stacked. So just to get top 10s there, I feel good about that. So. Just putting races together and getting good results. So hopefully we can keep that momentum.
There you go. That's our race winner here, Trey Eidson, the only driver to have multiple wins, his third win of the season. Hoping to add some more of those before the regular season's all done. But again, congratulations to you and the utter dominance that he had. So good job by Trey Eidson there. We appreciate everyone tuning in tonight for this full distance truck race, as it was a blast to watch this racetrack. Definitely check mark this as another racetrack to absolutely come back in the trucks, and I might want to race it next time. It looks so much fun. But we appreciate everyone joining us tonight. We hope you had a wonderful time with us. We'll see you guys next week I believe we'll be going to Kentucky for a 1.5-mile race, so make sure to join us there as well. Thank you, everyone. Have yourself a wonderful night, and always stay happy.
This is Bobby Bolin from Tom Bolin Ford, and I have huge news for you. Right now, we are offering interest rates as low as 3.99 on most of our used cars. That's right, 3.99 happening right now. And it gets even better. These used vehicles come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, giving you protection for the long haul. This is your chance to save big with incredible rates and shop our wide variety of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars. Only at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?